Something I feel like a lot of people are waiting for is Boruto versus Daemon. Now I feel like that fight would actually like be insane. But before I get into anything else, go check out my last video I made. It's a banger. I guarantee y'all are going to like it. And if you support me, go check it out. Go leave a like. Y'all are going to love it, bro. Y'all are going to love it. It's a good one. But anyway, how would Boruto even go about defeating Daemon? I feel like his new attack, Rasengan Uzuhiko, could be very useful in that battle. Daemon can't even touch him. But the thing is, and a lot of you people are confused about Daemon's power. He can reflect anything if it has the intention of harming him or unaliving him, either if he touches you or not. We've seen that in the anime. But if he touches you, then he can reflect anything regardless if it's meant to unalive him or not. So basically, he's just broken. He's broken right now. Daemon's underrated. Yo, peep the poll that I'm about to put on the screen right here. And that's why I said people are underrated him, bro. Because how is he that low? How is he that low, bro? People don't know about his power in the anime community. And let's be honest, Two Blue Vortex is way more popular than part 1 of Boruto. So more people's gonna discover his power once he really gets into the manga or he has at least a serious fight. And I believe right now Boruto can challenge him. He can. It's all about how you think about it. What other hacks does Boruto have up his sleeve that we don't know? But if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And you already know how we do it. If you leave a like on this video, you gotta leave a like on that video. I don't care how big the creator is, we show support over here. But let's get into the video.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that the last manga chapter was clearly setting up for us in the future, which is the rematch between Boruto and Daemon at some point during the events of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex.
Yes, sir. And Boruto said even if he had like 1,000 lifetimes, he still wouldn't be able to defeat Daemon. I call cap. They were just trying to be nice to each other, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to get a little dap up. Like, I'm gonna mess with you, little bro. Yeah, big bro. Stay up. Boruto, you're gonna surpass him, bro. He has one hack. He has one hack, bro. And I'm not gonna sit here and say Daemon is weak without that, because he's pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty fast. He was able to react to Kawaki's chakra rods. He was able to dog walk no limit code, just straight put him in the dirt. So he does have power, he is fast, and he also has a hack. That's what makes him overpowered. Now, I don't know how fast Boruto is. I want to see if he can react to those chakra rods like Baryon Mode, Naruto, and Daemon. Those are the only people we've seen react to it. If he could do that, and he already defeated No Limit Code, then I feel like he'll stand a chance against Daemon. He just has to get around the hack. But raw stats, I feel like they're relative to each other.
As we all know, at the end of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, we had Daemon telling Boruto, hey, you're gonna be going away for a while, so at the very least, use this time, do some push-ups and sit-ups, drink plenty of juice and get stronger, because I want you to get so powerful that you're strong enough I can fight using my full power for the first time in my life, because it's something Daemon has been looking forward to being able to do, but never actually having someone who could actually do that. That fight is definitely coming to us as a certainty, and the narrative has,
and Daemon's one of those guys. I talked about it in my last video. Yo, go check that out, bro. I said most characters, they look for that one person who could satisfy their needs. Pause. Most characters don't even get to use their full power, and it's depressing because they just look for that one person who could finally challenge them. You think Daemon is gonna look at Boruto's new strength right now and not challenge him? You think Daemon, somebody who never got a chance to use his full power, is not gonna try and challenge Boruto just for the fun of it? Not even on some like lit like to the death type shit, like just for fun, bro. Come on, bro. That fight is gonna happen.
It's made that much clear in my opinion by having the very first person who Boruto fights in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex as being Code right after Boruto's come back from training. The reason that I say this is that Boruto fighting Code immediately gives us a clear benchmark of where to place Boruto in power, because we know where Code is in terms of power. While he's been a doormat that everyone wipes their feet on, he's still someone extremely powerful. He is a doormat. He's flat out stronger than Jigen and 6-pass Hokage.
Hey yo, y'all thought that was funny when I called Code Patrick Beverly, but he is, bro. He just be talking, no bite. You gotta respect it too. You have to respect it, because Code has a mouthpiece on him. He's not gonna go like that. He's gonna stand his ground. You gotta respect it. Even though how small he appears to be, how weak, he's still gonna stand. He's still gonna stand on business. Hey, you can get trampled all you want, bro, But don't give in, Code. Don't give in. You'll get a dub one day. Maybe.
Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke.
Maybe.
If we drop them into Naruto Shippuden, say that time travel turtle from the time circle.
Oh yeah, he's the strongest.
Back into the story. Code got his hands on it. He went
It's
back
over.
into Naruto Shippuden. He's still bullying your favorite character worse than Cyborg 18 bullied Vegeta in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Which, yes, side note, I said Cyborg. She's not an android. The video games and the English dub messed that up. Hence why you have Krillin explaining to Goku in the audience that she's still a human with mechanical enhancements and that she's a cyborg. But getting back to Boruto versus Daemon, Code is still strong enough that you do have to respect him. He's running into the problem of the people that he's getting into fights with.
Do we? Nah, all right. Besides him having a talk piece, right? Do we really have to respect him, bro? Do we? I don't know. The characters that matter at this point can probably, you know what? He'll be sorry. All right. If it's not Boruto or Kawaki or Daemon, he's not even allowed to lay a finger on Ada. All right, that I can see, bro. All right, he's dangerous. But there's probably never going to be a time where Code is going to have that chance. Boruto's always going to be there, give him a spanking, put him back in his place. Kawaki's going to be there to give him a spanking and put him back in his place. And I'm not even going to say like he just fodderizes Sarada because we haven't seen her power. We haven't seen her power. We haven't seen what she could do. Although she did look worried when Code first appeared. You could say that's out of shock. You could say her adrenaline was just pumping. She didn't even know what to do. But we didn't even see where her MS abilities was. They probably won't be able to do anything to Code. But I want to see how strong she is before I just, you know, put her in that category. But Code, all right. I'll give it to you. We can respect him a little bit. I'm not going to because he hasn't got a dub. Even the dubs where he was favored in. Bro was minus 500. Still lost. Don't put him on your parlay. You're gonna lose your money. Even when he met Boruto and probably Sasuke a year after they left, how is they still alive? Code, you don't have your limits on. You was minus 1,000 in that fight and you probably fumbled. We didn't even see it, but I know you did some fuck shit. I know you messed it up. Bro has the odds in all these fights, but he still loses. It's actually impressive. And you came out with a scar on your eye. How?
It just happened to be him. Code thought that when he got his limiters removed that he was him, but Daemon said, nope, I'm him. Code thought that Boruto is the same little boy he was hunting down for 2 years and beating within an inch of his life. Boruto run away, rinse and repeat. But then Boruto just proved to us recently that Code isn't him, Boruto is him. When we look at how Daemon fought Code and how Boruto fought Code, there is one very important detail that has to be kept in mind, which is that Daemon and Boruto, neither of them use their full power against Code. And it's because of this that I do think we have something to begin measuring these characters by.
That's why I'm so excited.
Holding back when they fought against Code, while we don't know which degree of their power they were holding back, there is data that can be gleaned from those fights in order to start gauging this information. Daemon, when he fought Code, easily won that fight. However, when we look back at the fight closely, there were some differences.
Nah, this graphics insane. Nah, this graphics insane, bro. Who made this? Nah, whoever made this, you're nasty, bro. You're nasty. Got that man crying.
However, when we look back at the fight nasty, closely, there were some differences into how Daemon dealt with Code and how Boruto manhandled Code. In chapter 71, when Code cut on his Karma Seal and tried to speed blitz Daemon, Daemon's body flicker was fast enough for him to appear behind Code in midair and punch him into the ground, then stomp on Code's back, shouting yeehaw like he was a cowboy riding on a horse.
Look at him. Look at Daemon just giving him back shots. Ooh, look at him. Ah, yeah, look at him, bro. I know that hurt. Kobe getting back shots from everybody, bro. This is a crazy way to introduce your new power. Just getting stomped on. And you know what? It's Code's character. His character is literally meant to fail. What character you know gets a power up and just completely gets fodderized like seconds, not even minutes, seconds after the power up? Bro just said, all right, cool. I'm still the main guy around here, and I'm about to show you. Bro, Daemon was hating. He couldn't even let him enjoy himself for 5 minutes. Bro, Daemon's low-key a hater, bro. Daemon's low-key that one hater who always tries to one-up you. Yeah, you got the new iPhone 11. I got the 13, though. Bro, can you chill? Let me enjoy mine. He couldn't even enjoy his new power for 5 minutes. Already giving him straight back shots. the transformation's probably not even done. He beat him so fast, I mean, the transformation probably corrupted. You know, Code's like a cyborg, so he got to go through all that transformation. The wires got to be connected right. Bro's corrupted. He didn't even finish the upload yet.
And having a good time while he was fighting against Code. It didn't matter that Code was someone who powered up beyond that of Jigen's level. The gap between himself and Daemon was so large to overcome, even with Code knowing the secret behind Daemon's reflection jutsu and the fact that he has to make physical contact with someone in the area to reflect attacks, which, as a reminder, it doesn't have to be the person that he's fighting. It can be anyone. So say if he rushed and grabbed Ada by the arm or he grabbed Bug by the throat, then Code's attacks would be reflected. He doesn't have to touch Code himself to reflect stuff. When Code tried to draw his claw marks, when Code tried to use his claw marks to get in a sneak attack on him, Daemon not only tracked his speed, but he delivered the roundhouse kick that left Code slumped on the ground in the Yamcha pose, and Daemon was smirking the entire time, basically laughing at him when he called himself number one and basically implied that Code was the third physically strongest person in the room at that time. With only 3 hits, Daemon was able to humiliate Code, not so much leave him near death like I tend to joke, which I...
And the messed up part about it, bro, he getting destroyed in front of the hoes, bruh. Ada's right there watching his... Oh, man. It's over. He's getting pummeled in front of Ada. There's one thing in life that you never do, bro. You don't make a fool out of yourself in front of the hoes. That's every man's worst fear. To do something stupid in front of your crush, right? Because at that point, it's over. Finito. You're cooked. Code is finished. I ain't gonna lie to you. If that happened to me, I wouldn't even have gotten two blue vortex. I'm off of myself. It's over. Nobody's gonna get the chance to defeat me. If I'm getting torn out by this kid, there's no point for me to be there. I'm about to turn over a new leaf. I'm about to open a rib shack. Maybe something. Why am I fighting? Why am I doing this?
I will be more careful from saying that moving forward now, because I've seen people take those words and use as a factual statement, and I've seen people say, well, Naruto Explained said that Daemon beat Code half to death. You have to take that as credible. I understand that now. I'm going to be way more careful with how I joke. However, Code nevertheless was actually forced to retreat, which is a really big deal. Daemon wasn't using his full power, but was able to take down Code, and it didn't look as if he was exerting too much force when he did so. Now, before we go and have some disingenuous people who take that whole stance of, well, Daemon hit Kawaki and Boruto, and they're much weaker than Jigen, let alone weaker than Code, and with one hit, he knocked them unconscious. So are you saying that they're 1/3 of Code and Jigen? That makes no sense, that they're 1/3 of Code and Jigen, and they're only in their base when they got hit and survived those attacks. Obviously not.
Straight yeah.
No shit, Sherlock. I'm not saying that. I have to throw that disclaimer out there, since we still have people who look at the whole fight with Jigen destroying Sasuke Susanoo with the kick and Naruto's Kurama Avatar with the punch, and they say, well, if Ishiki's stronger than Jigen, then how did Naruto and Sasuke survive multiple hits from someone who is supposedly stronger than Jigen? That don't make no sense. Boruto power scaling is wonky. Womp womp womp. Not every attack that is dished out has the same amount of force behind it, especially when you have people.
And I tried to tell people this, bro. Nobody goes 100% with everything. Fighting is all about preserving energy. Like I said, Boruto didn't even put 100% into that Rasengan. He didn't want to completely unalive Code because he still needed to question him. So don't just go putting a cap on an attack just because you've seen somebody use it and it didn't instantly just destroy them. Boruto may have held back. If he did, we haven't seen what Uzuhiko could really do. We just seen how it affected Code, but when he's fighting against Daemon, he'll probably have to put more power into it. Not everything scales to each other. Power scaling is very complicated.
People like Daemon who play around with people when they're fighting because that's part of their character flaw. Ishiki suffered the same thing. But we're still in 2023 and you still have people that can't grasp that concept, let alone grasp the concept between the difference between attack potency and destructive capability. But those are conversations for a whole nother video. Whereas Daemon,
I'm pretty sure all y'all know about
holding
that, though.
back quite a bit against Boruto and Kawaki. He was fighting Code more annoyed with them and making it particularly clear that he was eventually going to kill him when he got tired of playing around around with him, particularly once he got an accurate gauge of how strong Code was without his limiters, because that is the first time that they fought. I want you to keep that in mind as we're looking at Boruto, because Boruto has at least fought this version of Code a few times during the time skip, so he's more familiar with where you can actually see Code's true power at. When Boruto fought Code in the last chapter, despite Boruto looking way cooler and calm and cool collected than Daemon, he did exert more force. Just because he used his brand new jutsu, the Rasengan Uzuhiko, right off the bat when they were fighting. While this is still base Boruto, busting out something like that right off the bat is about as disrespectful as Madara did in the Naruto manga when he started the battle with the Shinobi Alliance right off the bat with the Majestic Flame Destroyer Jutsu to flex on the Alliance to see if they could block the attack or not. All of that before he started throwing punches, which is something that the anime changed and restructured the fight itself. Like Madara, who used that jutsu both to test his enemy as well as set up multiple plans of attack after the fact, Boruto did the same thing with the Rasengan Uzuhiko. He blocked Karma Seal Code's attack and implanted the jutsu before eventually slamming him in the chest with the full jutsu, sending him flying across the village.
I like how we all scale these strong characters, and the primary scaling method is how easy did they defeat Code. That's literally it. And of course, I have to say Daemon did defeat Code easier than Boruto. Daemon didn't even have to whip out any type of attack. Just straight hands. Just gave him straight hands. And you know what? Daemon's physical strength is underrated. We all know that. Boruto had to use the Rasengan. Now, you could say it's just so Code would feel more obligated to give him his information. And rightfully so. I still feel like Boruto would have a chance against Daemon. But from our showings, Daemon has been able to foderize Code easier. But as you know, this show is about hacks. You do need hacks in this show to be relevant. I feel like Boruto and Daemon got their respective hacks. And it's going to come down to who can work around their hacks the most. Like I said, raw stats, meaning speed, strength, and all that, they could be relative. But the hacks, Daemon got the stronger hacks. Point blank, period. But I feel like if Boruto was to use Uzuhiko in a way where it can attack Daemon, Uzuhiko has a mind of its own. Daemon literally can't touch Boruto while he has that active. It'll hurt. If he touches him, as we've seen when Code tried to touch Boruto, he'll get hurt. And it's not intentional. So that means Daemon's hack will not work. So if Daemon can't touch him, and the Uzuhiko is attacking Daemon, at that point, you're finding ways to get around his hack. Now, I don't know how durable Daemon is because we literally never seen him hurt or, you know, even in a threatening situation. But I would guess his durability is higher than the Uzuhiko. But Uzuhiko has a side effect though. That's the thing. That's what makes it so dangerous. Even if you're durable, like the most durable person we know, Code, it's like a cockroach. You're still affected and it still will unalive you if not tended to.
Whereas Daemon was able to force Code into retreat with
so he has a chance. I can't lie.
Physical contact. Boruto, at the very least, not only had to use the Rasengan, but a pretty overpowered version of the Rasengan as well. Albeit he was doing it under the guise of a plan to get Code to retreat so he could place the toad onto Code's body. But that's all we have to go off of when comparing Boruto to Daemon in this regard. Despite Boruto making the entire earth shake with this attack, Daemon looked at it like, yeah, isn't this cute? He wasn't bothered by it, but rather he was intrigued that Boruto was able to muster up that level of power, and you can tell he was already thinking about fighting Boruto in the future. Just based off of their limited interactions, we can glean a few different things from Boruto and Daemon's fights with Code. Daemon wasn't at full power and has been hinted at having even more powers that he hasn't used in combat yet. Boruto hasn't been forced to use his Karma Seal yet, but the two of them were easily able to bully a beyond Jigen level threat in Code. When we factor in Boruto's goal of having the toad implanted on Code's body so that he can track Code to the Ten Tails dimension, we have to ask a simple question: was the Rasengan Uzuhiko necessary in that regard? The only reason I say that is because Boruto could have easily dished out the damage required on Code to force him into retreating without having to use that jutsu, to put Code in enough pain that he doesn't notice the toad being implanted on him, especially when Boruto knows enough jutsu that can be used as distractions to have this one simple task actually carried out. He could have just used a simple Rasengan to draw Code's attention and implant the toad onto him without Code realizing it, just as Kashi and Koji was able to do it with Konohamaru when they fought, and just as Kashi and Koji was able to do it with Jigen when he fought and killed Jigen in order to get Ishiki to revive into Jigen's body. He didn't have to bust out the Rasengan Uzuhiko if that was his only reason to implant the toad onto Code's body, unless he thought that jutsu alone could do more damage in this short amount of time to Code that will force him into retreating than anything Boruto had in his arsenal, which means that if he came to that conclusion, even Boruto with the Karma Seal might not have been able to do that much damage that quickly, to the point that he believed it was only going to be a few seconds that he could fight with Code before someone like Kawaki or someone from Konoha interfered in that fight with Code. Boruto is smart enough to know the full limits of his power and where Code's limits are. He'd have taken all that into consideration before choosing to use a Rasengan Uzuhiko. However, Boruto's...
But, you know, we gotta see it, you know? That's why Kishimoto wanted to show us, you know? He didn't have to use it, but we wanted to see it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? We had to see it. But most likely, we're probably gonna have to see feats more from Boruto to really even see where he stands up against Daemon. Just give us one more fight. Someone stronger than Code. Maybe Kawaki. Let's see what he could do against Kawaki if they probably fight. You know, they probably won't fight, but if they do, let's see. Any little thing, even if Boruto proves to be faster than Kawaki, outspeed him, you know, tries to get away, or even injuring him in any way. If Boruto can injure Kawaki, and Kawaki has his karma activated, this channel will be nasty. The Boruto propaganda will be insane. I'm trying to tell you, don't let me see that feat from Boruto.
Fight with Code took place roughly in the same amount of time as Daemon's fight with Code. It only happened in a few pages time when the fight first started and when it ended, and both fights ended with retreat. But Boruto had to use a significantly higher amount of force to get Code to retreat. Despite this, I still think we're going to learn that Boruto has passed Daemon in power, but I think he's going to need his full Karma Seal to do it. I think we're in a situation where Daemon, while he's suppressed, is actually stronger than base Boruto, but Boruto with the Master True Essence Karma Seal is going to be stronger than a full power Daemon, just because of what we've seen with the Karma Seal boost. But I'm curious to know where you guys fall on this stance of Boruto versus Daemon. Who do you think is stronger currently? While you think that over, click here to watch these other Naruto Explain video.
All right. Like I said, I want to see where y'all heads at, man. How do you feel like this fight is going to go, Boruto versus Daemon? Will he have to activate his Karma Seal or not? Let me know. In what ways do you feel like Boruto can get around Daemon's hack? Because it is a hack at the end of the day. And you can't just outpower a hack. You have to come up with smart ways to outmaneuver it. But for chapter 4, we will see new stuff, or probably see new feats from Boruto, because he's in a bad situation right now. He has to get out of Konoha, you know, one way or another. So how he does that is beyond me. We gotta see. Chapter 4 weeks will be on this channel. We will live stream it. Turn on notification bell, subscribe, do all that, man, because when it comes, we're gonna be live and we're gonna be talking about it. First reaction. But anyway, I'm gotta get out of here. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Naruto Explain. His channel link will be in the description below. Go check out my last video as well, because it's a banger. But until my next video, I'm out. Peace.